February in under 5 minutes. Five times. Sorry. Yeah. Hello, Dog Bedsit Blogger here, and it's a time for another fun 5 for February in under 5 minutes. So, Mr. Frizz suggested that I do my favourite wrestlers and their finishing moves. I'm not interested in finishing moves. I like a wrestler as a whole package, you know, what they do, how they tell their story through grappling. So I'm not going to do their finishing moves things. I'm going to just do some of my favourite wrestlers. 5. This is probably one of the best known of my 5 wrestlers, and is internationally known, Rob Van Dam. So I got to meet Rob Van Dam and at a comic convention, and I bought his comic, and he signed it and dedicated it to me, and then I got him to sign a special dedication for me, and it says, "Read the whole effing comic." Do you see what I did? Oh, yeah, brilliant. 4. So this is another international wrestler, the crazy comedy wrestler Ebessan. Now, Ebessan is fantastic. Japanese masked wrestler who looks kind of like comic Frank Sidebottom, but the wrestling equivalent. Absolutely excellent. I'll leave links down below for some of his finest matches. There's one match which I've watched once on YouTube and then it's disappeared, and it was absolutely pant-wettingly funny. It's well worth checking out. Ebessan versus Delirious. Number 3 is Lee Darren. Oh, Lee Darren. Great bad guy. So good a bad guy. At Premier Wrestling he slowly became a good guy, because he's so good at being a bad guy. He's skinny. There's several matches I've seen him against that terrible wrestler Mal Sanders, where the first 2 rounds almost would be spent the whole time them jumping in and out of the ring, winding the audience up into such a frenzy. Number 2 is another bad guy, Rowdy Ricky Knight. Oh, Ricky Knight. He is another great bad guy. He's recently retired from the ring, which is such a shame. Number 1 is another wrestler who doesn't wrestle as this persona very often, but Baxter Barrage. He is flamboyant and a little bit fruity, but he's great. He's the way he controls the audience. He's what a guy. He now wrestles as Darren Burridge, which I think it's a shame that Baxter no longer wrestles. I think possibly one of the last times he wrestled at Premier Wrestling, the wrestling shows that I go to in Worthing. He was on the show, and I took my sign saying "Get flamboyant on his ass, Baxter," and he came out as Darren Burridge, and he took my sign, ripped it up, elbow dropped it in the middle of the ring. He was going, "There's none of that anymore. I'm serious. I'm a proper wrestler." He's great, and I've seen some great promos of his, and he's now the head trainer at Lucha Britannia, so you know, he's a good guy. Baxter Barrage. Bring back Baxter. Come on, Darren. Bring back Baxter.